Nigerian Air Force reaffirms commitment to taking vital steps towards protecting key national assets against vandals and other economic saboteurs in order to enhance growth and national development. Similarly, Nigerian Navy reassures of improvement of mental and physical education as veritable tool for youth development. Plus, trending news in the world of sports. Good afternoon. This is the outlook of Panorama today. I'm Ayodiji Makinde. In line with President Bola Tinubu's desire to provide affordable houses for civil servants across the country, Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemieson, has laid foundation of 216 units of housing projects under the Federal Integrated Housing Scheme in Abuja. Haman Jabani reports.
Federal Integrated Housing Scheme, sited at the premises of Public Service Institute of Nigeria, will stand on 5.3 hectares of land and will accommodate 216 units of 2- and 3-bedroom apartments. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemieson, commended the institute while flagging up the fish housing estate, saying it is a great milestone, urging to contractors to ensure the project is speedily completed according to design specifications.
We understand that the earnings of civil servants is not much, so we try as much as possible to get the best quality for the minimum price. And you cannot get those opportunities anywhere else.
While inaugurating a newly built sport complex named after her by the Public Service Institute Management, Dr. Folashade Yemieson called on civil servants to engage in physical exercises to boost their well-being and mental health. Director overseeing the Office of the Permanent Secretary Welfare Service Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, and the Administrator Public Service Institute speak more on the projects.
As we embark on this new phase, we are confident that to the glory of God and by His help, the outcome will be equally successful. In line with other projects that we have done, we anticipate that these new homes will provide comfort, security, and a sense of belonging to the fortunate beneficiaries.
Sports, as we all know, provides a healthy outlet for stress and anxiety and support mental well-being. This is part of our efforts to drive the sports, entertainment, and cultural aspect of the renewed hope agenda.
The fish estate will be allocated to core civil servants. Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
Inclusive political participation is not only a fundamental political and democratic right, but crucial to building peaceful society that respond to the specific needs of younger generations. This was the thrust of a town hall meeting organized by the Renewed Hope Youth Engagement, which attracted leaders of youth groups across the 25 local government areas of Niger State. Fatima Usman reports.
Coordinator of the Renewed Hope Youth Engagement, Abdulaziz Abubakar Kaka, presented President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's scorecard in the last 1 year of his administration and further seek areas of collaboration with various youth groups at the grassroots and their leaders. The engagement highlighted some of the achievements to include rollout of business loans, youth investment fund, removal of 50% subsidy on agriculture, and appointment of youths into key positions.
Information gap from the government policies, they need to be properly communicated to the people in the grassroots in the language they understand. And then also they're also aware of some of these initiatives, especially the local government autonomy. We are trying our best to also let them know that this is what the government is doing to bring support and calm.
The major problem we are having in the past is communication between the government and the masses. If government will continue with such discussion, I believe we'll have understanding.
The government to improve on social investment program because it has chain of benefits.
It's a forum where we share ideas, we collaborate with each other, and everybody's voice out his pains so that we have a positive impact for the community and the whole nation.
The forum is expected to be held across the 36 states of the Federation and FCT in Mina. I am Fatima Usman, NTA News.
A set of innovators with homegrown solutions in health, education, transportation, business and finance has emerged. The innovators went through the NTA Idea Hat Incubation training program for 5 months and have been equipped with digital marketing skills and seed funds to impact Nigeria's digital entrepreneurial ecosystem. Chimdimma Ndebisi tells us more.
This time around is all out, accelerating national prosperity through technical efficiency. Its agency, NTA, is driving this agenda through the Idea Hat Incubation program, where young Nigerians are groomed to develop ideas into visible digital technologies and run such as successful businesses. 16 innovators who participated in the first and second iHatch incubation cohorts have created 179 direct jobs, more than 1,400 indirect jobs, and increased business investments to more than $200,000. The third cohort, conducted in 5 locations, have just rounded off, and 10 finalists out of the 40 participants pitched their innovations. 3 innovators that developed artificial intelligence-powered solutions in e-learning, connectivity, and transportation each won $15,000, $12,000, and $10,000 startup grants.
We learned things about marketing, leveraging on digital marketing.
Today we are creating 440 direct jobs.
Japan International Cooperation Agency JICA is providing the technical skills and seed funds.
This collaboration isn't just about the technology, it's about creating foundation for future prosperity in both our countries.
Plans are underway for upcoming iHatch Incubation Cohort 4 to be extended to the 36 states. In Abuja, Chimdimma Ndebisi, NTA News.
Elsewhere, the Nigerian Navy has reiterated its commitment to improving the mental and physical education of Nigerian youth to build resilience and stamina for national assignments. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, said this at the Nigerian Navy Military School, Ikorotwen, Akwa Ibom State. Kelvin Samuel reports.
Published on the 23rd of May 2018, the Nigerian Navy Military School, Ikorotwen, has its mandate to produce able-bodied and disciplined Nigerian youths who are conditioned for service in the Nigerian Navy and other professions. The school is proud to present these 67 young sailors as its 2024 graduates. The Chief of Naval Staff, represented at the event by the Chief of Administration, Rear Admiral Kennedy Ezete, commends the young sailors for proving themselves worthy in learning and in character.
I charge all young sailors to put in the training gained into good use and be a good ambassador of your alma mater. This will ensure that the huge investment in the capacity development will be available for others coming after you.
High point of the event was the presentation of awards to outstanding graduates. The Nigerian Navy Military School, Ikorotwen, is the first Navy military school in the country. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
In the meantime, the Nigerian Air Force reaffirmed its commitment to defending the territorial integrity of the country. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, gave the assurance at the combined graduation ceremony of Critical Assets Protection Squad and Set 2 students, as well as matriculation of Sets 4 and 5 of Nigerian Air Force College of Nursing Sciences, Kaduna. Correspondent Haruna Muhammad reports.
Not just substance in air combat operations, but also reliable forces in ground covert operations. The interdiction squad trained in regimentation, weapon handling, map reading, tactics and command leadership as special forces to neutralize threats in pursuit of national security imperative. The command philosophy of the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, is to transform the Nigerian Air Force into an agile and resilient force that effectively meets the demands of national security in all operational environments.
That's a very significant achievement in our quest, our drive towards developing very efficient and very effective manpower capacity for all facets of the Nigerian Air Force.
Matriculation and graduation of the Nigerian Air Force College of Nursing students haven't been equipped with the requisite knowledge and skills as healthcare providers formed part of the Air Chief's itinerary. Awards were presented to deserving graduates with the charge to utilize knowledge obtained in their various places of assignment in actualization of Nigeria's national interest. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
The Nigerian Institute of Public Relations has solicited for the support and partnership of the Bayelsa State Ministry of Information, Orientation and Strategy for a successful 60th Silver Jubilee anniversary in the state. This was during a courtesy visit to the Commissioner of the Ministry by the Anniversary Committee members at the Information House, Yenagoa. Doris Akumonye reports.
The Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, a professional body with members across the Federation, has recorded successes as image makers of the society. It is committed to upholding professionalism among practitioners and call on the ministry to support the institute for a robust partnership.
NPRO is open to all of us. There is a category, or there should be a category we will place you. You need our certification as a frontline ministry of information, frontline ministry that has to do with posting of information officers.
Commissioner for Information, Orientation and Strategy, Obiwo Koku Obiai, appreciated the team for the visit, promised to work with the institute in achieving set goals.
You have your members there so that as we get the final approval, they can also implement at that time and also prepare to train their staff so that they can be certificated.
In Yenagoa, Doris Akumonye, NTA News.
Oyo State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Prince Dotun Oyelade, says the stage is set for the first ever Ogbomoso Cradle Festival, scheduled to hold between December 19 and 23, 2024. Prince Oyelade stated this at a press conference in Ogbomoso, where the planning committee for the proposed festival, headed by Prince Williams Adeleye, sensitized members of the public about what to expect during the festival. Abiodun Babalola reports.
He ascended the throne of Shaun of Ogbomoso land, Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye, having assessed the potential of Ogbomoso's rich socio-cultural heritage, inaugurated a committee on Ogbomoso Cradle Festival and urged the committee to come up with a unique festival that will promote the culture, tourism and tradition in Ogbomoso.
And the chairman had done well by citing specific countries and communities where culture cannot be separated from the economy.
Chairman of the committee and media aide to former President Muhammadu Buhari, Prince Williams Adeleye, says the carnival will no doubt foster unity and peace, as well as consolidating the rich socio-cultural heritage of Ogbomoso land.
We are now working towards rejuvenating the cultural heritage and showcasing it to the world with the intent of promoting peace, creating jobs, and developing the city economically. And our rich culture and tradition, that is going to be the difference.
The proposed carnival is part of the 25-year development plan of Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye for New Ogbomoso. Abiodun Babalola, NTA News.
This is Panorama on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority from Abuja. I'll be right back after the break for more reports. Stay tuned.
The Council of Our Fathers.
I will urge and
advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together. You're welcome back. As Africa continues its search for gender equity, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu says the continent, with Nigeria leading, must retain its focus on using education to drive needed change by implementing gender-sensitive curriculum and educational materials that challenge stereotypes. She was speaking in Angola, where she joined her counterparts under the auspices of the Organization of African First Ladies to launch the We Are Equal campaign that targets the use of education to combat child and youth violence in Africa. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo reports.
The Organization of African First Ladies for Development, or AFLAD, has been at the forefront of efforts to improve women's equity and related issues on the continent using its We Are Equal campaign. Education as a tool has featured prominently in the campaign, and while acknowledging its pivotal role in shaping attitudes, beliefs and behaviors, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu stressed the need for the process to start with early education.
Girls and boys should be encouraged to participate equally in all activities to help dismantle the notion of gender-specific roles, while their textbooks should showcase diverse role models, illustrating that both men and women can excel in any field of their choice. When gender equity becomes an integral part of our educational system, there will be a shift in societal attitudes, whereby boys and men learn to respect and value women and girls as equals, reducing the likelihood of engaging in violent behavior.
The First Lady decried the spate of gender and domestic violence, especially incidences of rape and defilement, saying an educated and well-informed people of both gender would abstain from such. The President of the Republic of Angola, Manuel Lourenço, urged the First Ladies to lend their voices to quell the various conflicts around the world, especially as women and children are the worst affected. He commended OAFLAD for its efforts at giving women an audible voice in ensuring the building of a society where men and women have equal rights and opportunities. Angolan First Lady Ana Diaz Lourenço promised to sustain the fight against rape and see to the enhancing of legislation to punish perpetrators appropriately. The launch of the We Are Equal campaign for Angola had in attendance the First Ladies of Sao Tome, Cape Verde, Sierra Leone, Mozambique, and representatives of others. Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
The renewed hope infrastructure development has come with a basket of ideas for the purpose of unlocking new sources of funds to escalate the completion of ongoing road projects and executing new ones. This has brought life into non-performing contracts with guarantee of completion. Abdullahi Mohammed examines the steps taken so far and impacts.
I do not accept this. This your Tolling Plaza roof is what you don't see this one in China. So why do you come to put this for us? Okay? Under me, I will not accept things like this.
Superior supervision.
expert approach in contract negotiations, as well as cancellations of non-performing road contracts. Plus, reviews are beginning to pay back, with more than 1,600 inherited ongoing contracts and about 300 emergency interventions, key federal roads. You may begin to wonder how the funds will be found, but the Hope Movement has its plans of unlocking new sources.
The government has implemented the 50% direct deduction from various federal government-owned enterprises, partially funded, self-funded, including the fully funded ones. So we expect an additional stream of revenue even beyond what was initially budgeted for this year.
And just before the critics ink their pens, non-performing contracts are being recharged.
Mr. President directed that we should come back to the route today, and that we should hand over the 3 sections to the 3 contractors to complete. And our target is from June to get the job completed about May 29th, 2025.
New deadlines are spelled out for the completion of the project. What the people expect is quality and timely delivery, which the ministry assures. In Abuja, Abdullah Mohammed, NTA News.
Historically, developed nations around the world at a point embarked on infrastructural development, which later became the catalyst for their economic prosperity. Nigeria is also towing that path with the construction of various infrastructure, including the Lagos, Calaba and Sokoto-Badagry highways. Lanre Bileyi takes us through 2 projects, which stakeholders say is a clear demonstration of the present administration's commitment towards achieving the nation's economic goals.
The vision for its conception was to revolutionize transportation in Nigeria and bolster the unique economic strength of each zone, adjusted to capture more states that have commercial and agricultural potentials. The 700 kilometers Lagos-Calabar coastal highway will traverse 9 states along Nigeria's coastal shoreline. A cursory look at the 1,000 kilometers Sokoto to Badagry highway shows that it runs through Kebbi to Niger, Niger to Kwara, Kwara to Oyo, Oyo to Ogu, and then to Badagry in Lagos State. The Lagos portion of the Lagos-Calabar highway is designed to pass through some businesses along the shoreline spanning 1.4 kilometers. The federal government initiated compensation process for the affected areas and businesses. The government is also planning to recoup construction costs through tolling and selling land along the corridors, and this can be made possible through creation of a scenic route similar to coastal highways in other countries. In Lagos, Lanre Bileyi, NTA News.
And in sports, Paris 2024 Olympics winds up Sunday as Olympic flame changes hands from the mayor of Paris to the mayor of Los Angeles, the host city for the 2028 Games. Suleiman Musa has details of these and more on Sports Update.
We begin with football. Manchester City won the English FA Community Shield for the first time in 4 years after they avenged their FA Cup final defeat to Manchester United in May.
Got numbers forward here, Manchester United. Garnacho trying to win it. He might just have done that. Scored in the FA Cup final against Manchester City. And he scored here at a crucial time.
The rivalry between the Manchester club continue in the season's curtain raiser with Alejandro Garnacho's strike in the 82nd minute before Bernardo Silva level scores in the 89th minute. In the lottery or penalty shootout, Jordan Sancho and Johnny Evans missed from the spot as Manuel Akanji made amends from an earlier miss by Bernardo Silva to secure a 7-6 victory for the Manchester City. The victory is Pep Guardiola's third since the Spaniard took over as manager in 2016. The much-anticipated Olympic Games in Paris ends on Sunday after more than 2 weeks of compact action in 329 events of 32 sports and 48 disciplines. Unlike the opening ceremony, which held at River Seine, Stade de France will welcome parade of athletes medal ceremony of women's marathon, and the extinguishing of the Olympic flame. China and the United States of America are in a neck-to-neck battle to emerge overall champions of the Games. More significant will be the handover of Olympic flame from Mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, to Karen Bass, the Mayor of Los Angeles, the next destination of the Olympic Games in 2028. Still talking Olympics, the International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach says he will not seek to extend his stay when his second tenure ends in 2025, despite call for him to continue. The 70-year-old German lawyer, who has been president since 2013 when Jacques Roux left, was part of those who drafted the Olympic Charter, which limits the tenure of president to a maximum of 12 years, including a first term of 8 years and a second term of 4 years. IOC election will hold in Asian Olympia in March 2025, with a new president expected to take charge in June next year. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
And that is Panorama. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'm Ayo Deji, Makinde on behalf of the entire production crew here in Abuja. Good afternoon.